Today we are going to look into the program called Edmodo. So as you can see, I have my homepage. It is something that you need to sign up for, and students will need to sign up for an account as well. Signing up just means that it's secure, so it's something to keep in mind. And I have a couple of groups already. So as you can see, on the left-hand side right over here, this is where I want to add a group. So if I were to create a new group, and I can show you what that looks like. I'm doing create, type the name of my group. My group's going to be 7th period science. Select my grade and subject area. Science and a couple others are special. It gives you a secondary subject to choose, and mine's just basic science. And create. Expected group size, 21 to 25. Optional to describe your group. I'm going to skip that for now. And here it brings you to your new group page. Once you have your page created, something to keep in mind is this left-hand corner. So it has group code and join URL. So when you are ready to have students join your page, they need to copy and paste this URL into their browser. And then when it asks for the group code, this is the group code that they need to input. Once they input that in, they're onto your page. The next thing I want to look at are the top tabs. This is where you're going to create a lot of your resources, and this is where a lot of your page is going to be done. So you can just type notes. Edmodo is essentially an educational form of Facebook. So students can write to one another. This is essentially where your wall is. You can do alerts, which I'll get back to in just a moment. Assignments. This is what I really enjoy. I can post assignments for students to complete on here. So if I want to do online assignments, this is where they could find them. This is where they could find links. If I want to do web quests, anything along those lines. I can explain the assignment, put the assignment name, describe it. I do have to choose a due date. I can also link a rubric or a description, an additional description page, or an example to this, which is really nice. And then I can either choose to lock this assignment after the due date or not. So if I want students to still be able to turn it in even after it's due, that would be another thing. So, example lab report, since it's a science class. Write a lab report for the last lab. And then I can hit send. You must select a due date. Forgot selecting a due date. I'll just choose the next day. Send. What's nice is students can reply if they have questions. They can if somebody has a question, I can answer it, somebody else can answer it, anything along those lines. So that's nice. You can put assignments in, and then they also are able to turn it in right here. So this tells me how many people have turned it in, and then on the same side it has a page to turn it in. If I want to do quizzes, I can also do quizzes at the same time. So create a quiz is going to show right here. This is the style of quiz. What's my first question? Or if I have it somewhere else, I can load it into it, which is really nice. I can do time limit, and this is where I would name it. So those are all options. Multiple choice, add first question. What is my name? Response A, Miss Benton. Response B, Miss Smith. Alright, and then I can hit load. Oh, sorry, not load. And this brings me to another question. So that's how you're adding more and more, and then I can assign the quiz here. Place X there below. That's because I want to remove that question, assign quiz. So now they have a quiz that they need to take. I can also poll students. um, on what type of information they want to, if I'm asking them, hey, what do you like about the assignment? What didn't you like? What do you think? How do you feel so and so represented something? I can pull them on anything, and then I can also snapshot them. Let's take a look at a page that I've already done so we can go through and see this. So to see what a poll looks like, this is a social studies page I've done. And you can see that students can poll. I'm talking about which is your favorite branch of government, and then they can choose their votes. I also added to it to post on the class wall your support and or justification for your reasoning. So they're going to type a no, or they can reply and say, I chose this as my answer because, and explain. This would be, I can filter my posts by latest posts, new alerts. I can filter them by assignments. So I have a web quest in here. So again, I have the link to the website, I have the description, they can turn in, they can reply if they have questions. So those are a couple assignments that I have. You can order them from due first to last posted. And then also if you look over here, you can see folders. So again, animal page that I've already done, I have branches of government. So this is going to have a bunch of links that they'll need to do for this unit that I had in place. I also have executive branch, legislature, and judicial. So they all have links that the students will need to use in order to complete the assignments that are going to be found within their walls. I like this. It's a great class website for students to use and talk to one another and stay connected. I can talk to students outside the classroom, they can talk to their peers. It requires a lot of discussions. You can have students, discussing with each other, or they can discuss over assignments under the reply button. I love that they have quizzes and polls that you can do during class. I want to just make a quiz or poll really quickly. And then the assignments is awesome just because the students can turn it in right there. Some downsides I did see with this, you do have to have internet and one-to-one devices. If you do not have that, then this isn't going to be a very suitable option for you, just because the students will not all have access and not be able to turn things in under their profile. I would also highly recommend that you have parent permission for the students to be online and signed up for this website. Obviously, you can spin how great of a website it is, so hopefully parent permission won't be too hard, but it is another obstacle you have to run through. And then something that I just found a little hard to organize is when I go to filter my posts, I would like to have my assignments in order from most recent post to, or the most recent due post to the post that's due last. But when I do that, all it does is give me this information. So I can't really organize them. I can just organize latest post, greatest post, so on and so forth. So I'm not a huge fan of that. But that's also where alerts come in. So that was one of the other things I want to talk on. Because I can't organize them the way I would like students to see it, I can just put an alert and just say, this assignment, your reflection is due in 2 days. Don't forget to finish it. And then I can send the alert. So those are a couple things with Edmodo. You can also connect to other people and follow them on their educational pages, which is also an interesting thing. In the classroom, this is really what I found. So those are my pros and cons and how to use it. Hope you enjoyed.